Hey, so I have this Denon Super Audio CD player, SACD player, the DCD-1500AE. This came to me with the issue that it wouldn't play any discs, like it wouldn't read any discs. Either CDs or SACDs. You put the disc in, and it would just it would spin a couple of times. And then it would just eventually it would say a disk error or something like that on the screen, right? So the previous tech, that someone else had it before me, he had most of the unit apart already. So all I had to do to test my fixes was disconnect those 3 ribbon cables on the board, and there's one that connects up the top there next to those brown wires. As a connector on the board. So yeah, I would just, I was trying different things. Like initially I thought, there's something wrong with the, I think there's like there's a piece of felt in here that sits underneath. And, I was reading on forums that people say that felt can go bad, and you can use pieces of, like you can put a gasket on there to raise it up. So I tried different things, tried putting sticky tape and painter's tape on CDs to kind of give it more clamp force by raising, the profile of the CD a little bit. That nothing seemed to work. So in the end, I thought this thing's basically dead. So I'll try and recap the bottom of the board. And I've just used very sort of basic JackCon caps, if you're familiar with JackCon. They're a cheap brand, but my logic was I'm not going to use a bunch of expensive capacitors only for it to not fix the issue. So what I did is I twisted off. You can use a pair of pliers. So I twisted off all these little surface mount caps, and then I mounted the equivalent value JackCon electrolytic capacitors, and then I've kind of just I soldered the legs on and then bend them over so they're still low profile, although there's quite a bit of clearance anyway, so you may not have to do that. But yeah, lo and behold, it bloody fixed the problem. I turned it on, put a disc in, and sure enough, it works. So I'll show you that when I put this back in the unit. But yeah, I didn't decide to do all these little these are all 22 microfarad, various voltages, I think. But I thought, stuff it, I'm not doing those. It works, and I don't want to do the other 20 odd capacitors there. If the owner decides he wants that done, then yeah, he can bring it back to me, and I'll do that. But yeah, for now it's working, so I was quite happy with that. It's probably the first time I've ever replaced surface mount caps and had it actually fix the problem. But all of those caps were, they were reading really bad on the ESR meter. So yeah, they were definitely crap, and needed replacement. So anyway, I'll put it back together and then I'll quickly show it working. Okay, we're back together. I've got the unit powered on. There we go. It's working again. So yeah, saved from the scrap heap. Got to put the rest of the unit together, but yeah, it's pretty easy to work on this module. You just have to disconnect these 3 ribbon cables here, and the one there, this one, and there's some screws around the perimeter of the drive itself, and then yeah, it just pops out. So it's quite easy to remove. The previous tech removed the front piece here, and I think he's broken this little bit of plastic on the front, so I'm not sure what he's done there. You can see it's cracked, but that I don't know how to put that back on, but I'll figure it out. I'm sure there's probably a service manual that you can reference to actually properly take this thing apart, and I'm presuming previous tech did not do that. Anyway, yeah, it's saved. Thanks.